Now, after all that epic excitement, let me take you indoors where fashion designer Lola Adewole Lawson speaks about fashion, the Aso-Ebi syndrome, and related stuff.
Aside from being a way of life, fashion is certainly a huge business worldwide. So it's no surprise that designer Lola Adewole Lawson, founder of Fashion for Life, an all-round fashion enthusiast, has seized the bull by the horn and is working to promote a unique approach to lifestyle.
I'm going to tell you a funny story. I met up with someone I used to know who used to be very fashionable back in the days, like when we were much younger. And I wasn't like too impressed with, how she, and I was like, oh, what happened to her? She used to be very trendy, fashionable, and what actually happened, and then something just clicked in my head and said, oh, why can't we all be fashionable, like, for life, regardless of what phase of life as a woman, perhaps, that we are in, as a young girl, as a mom, as a grandmother, because our first interactions is usually with people, is usually how we perceive them to look, So it just kind of clicked, like, why can't we just be fashionable for life, regardless of what phase of life we are in?
Lola, who started dressmaking with no formal training, employed her love for arts and fashion to build what has now become a brand to watch out for.
I started in the UK in 2006 after my postgraduate service. I was just kind of bored. I didn't really have much to do, waiting for my results. And then I just picked up a fabric somewhere in the house and then just cut it up, started doing stuff together. And people started liking what I was wearing, and then from there I started doing it for my friends, from friends to friends, and then word of mouth spread. And then when I came back in 2008, I started it as a business. So officially, I kind of started in 2008. Everything that we study in life is definitely someone or some people that had the innate ability and know-how to do that, Certain skills are innate, certain skills are innate. That's, you see what I'm saying? So I guess sometimes it's about knowing what your God-given talent is, and using it well. If you have a God-given talent, perhaps you need to polish it up here and there, sometimes, but it's not always necessary to do that. Now, if it's an acquired skill, then you have to do that. Perhaps you have to go training and all that kind of stuff, But if you have an innate skill, it's there.
From making dresses out of boredom, she has moved to designing fabrics and making people happy with what has now become her money-making hobby.
In whatever you're doing, you please yourself, makes you happy, but you don't touch lives unless you make other people happy, For me personally, I can sleep well at night when I know I've put a smile on someone's face. I believe that I can put a smile on my face, pursue what I have to do, but I'm not totally fulfilled if I don't, extend it to some other people or persons, And that's the reason why. I think it's a personal thing, more of a business strategy or anything. It's more of a personal thing, I want to reach out, whatever level it is that I find myself, I want to be able to reach out to people and put smiles on their faces.
Lola fabric and dressmaking is now a big deal in the industry as the Aso-Ebi trend has taken over.
I think the Aso-Ebi syndrome has always kind of been, from the uncle, husband and wife, wear the kind of stuff. But right now it's huge. And I think the reason why it's huge is because we've come to accept our African fabrics, the Ankaras are doing very big right now. And everyone is trying to get a piece of it, and of course, it's affordable for everyone to wear it and still look very nice, as opposed to buying the really very expensive laces and stuff like that. Everyone looks kind of the same and, it's still affordable. That is not responsible for me printing my fabric, actually. I just thought to myself one day, how am I going to be different from everyone else? You know, what is it that I have to do to be different? You know, to actually tell myself that, you know, you're doing something great, you're moving forward, you know. And I thought, okay, it has to be something with technology. How can I match technology and fashion together? And what came to mind is actually printing my own fabrics, creating my own fabrics, you know, and I do that by digitally printing on plain fabrics, you know. And it came out really nice. It came out really pretty. My test run was really nice. And then I decided, okay, this is what I'll continue to do for a certain line of my clothes. You would usually find FFL on someone who's going for a function, someone who's going to church, someone who's going around, because I also have a casual line. I have ready to wear, I have bespoke, I have haute couture. So, but what it is I'm not doing yet is office clothes, but I'm looking into doing that, especially in Accra. I'm looking into using African fabrics to make a few skirt suits, you know, trying to establish African fabrics in the workplace as well and see how that goes. You know, so you would find someone wearing FFL in day-to-day life usually, you know.
Often, fashion is associated with the female folk, but not so with FFL, as Lola has got the men covered as well.
We have a collection for men which was introduced in 2009, but we mainly do Afrocentric for men. That's not saying that, you know, we don't do the Western stuff. When clients come in, you know, give me a call and say this is what they want, you know, I get my people to piece them together and give that to them. You know. But off the shelf, you can get more Afrocentric wears for men. Yeah, so we do men's as well.
With such stiff competition in Nigeria's fashion industry, what does the future hold for FFL?